ready to continue?
I believe so, Your Honor. I apologize again.
Oh, Mark, that's not a problem. I'm sorry for coming back too soon. You take a break. Then Spencer, let the record reflect Mr. Moore is present, but we'll wait on our court reporter in just a second. You're not late. I let the record reflect that Mr. Moore is present, counsel is ready. We can bring our jury back. Thank you. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. We're continue. You may resume your examination.
Yes, and officer, I was about done before the objection, so I can wrap it up real quick. But just so we get back where we were, Sidney made a phone call from the payphone to Heather.
Yes, sir.
First he said he didn't do it, right?
Yes, sir.
And then you indicated you knew he did and he admitted that he did.
Yes, sir.
And that was all within the same conversation?
During the interview that we did, yes.
Okay. I mean, there was no significant delays. You're still on the same recording, same conversation?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then he told you why. We've already talked about that, why he called her.
He told me
Why
he says he did, yes.
He's been harassed, his letters have been, notes been left on his car at his various job sites.
He did say that, yes.
Okay. And his wife and he were interviewed together, but that was Detective Lawrence, who's no longer with the Horry County Police Department.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And you don't know, in the span of these interviews being done that night, you don't recall where Tammy was in the building. You didn't see her when he was in there with y'all.
He mentioned that she had gone home to something along the kids, pick up the during the interview I did with Jeff. He mentioned
Detective Lawrence's interview.
During the yes, I guess that would be the
Okay.
time frame. When I interviewed him, he said that she had to run home and pick up the kids or something.
Okay. Trying to think how to phrase this. Does it make sense to you that he would not want his wife to know that he called Heather,
I don't know
given
if
the
I,
backdrop of this case?
I don't know what he's thinking. I can't really guess what he's
fair
thinking.
enough. That's fair enough.
Yeah.
Thank you. I have nothing further, Judge.
Regret.
Thank you, Judge. Just a couple questions.
Sure.
Mr. Trusso asked a question earlier, and it was a great question, and I didn't bring it up to you when I was talking to you, so let me ask you about it now. That phone call at 3:17, what number is Heather's number calling?
Sidney Moore's number.
Okay. And did you ever find out if she talked to Sidney Moore?
Sidney told me she did.
Okay. Who told you she did?
The defendant.
Okay. So he told you he talked to her?
Yes.
Okay. Did he indicate that he talked to anybody else but her on that phone call?
No.
Okay. And did he indicate where he was?
He indicated he was at his house at the time.
Okay. And how long did that phone call last?
That phone call is 4 minutes, pretty much 4.25 minutes, about 4.5 minutes.
Okay. And how long did the payphone call last?
Almost 5 minutes.
Okay. So the phone call from his cell phone was 4 and the payphone was 5 minutes?
Yes.
About the same amount of time?
Approximately.
Okay. And can you look at those records and tell who she talked with the most that night?
During that night, she talked with, if you added up Sidney, approximately 10 minutes, and Bree, approximately 2 minutes.
Okay. And do these records indicate that she talked to anyone else on the phone that night?
No, they do not.
Okay. And does it indicate whether or not anyone else even called her on the phone that night?
They do not.
Okay. No further questions, Your Honor.
Thank you. You may come back.
Thank you.
You wish you to be excused, Solicitor?
We would, Your Honor. No, yes.
You are free to leave, sir. Thank you. Oh, your next witness.
Thank you, Judge. Your Honor, this time I will call Roxanne Bethia. The super ninja.
Please raise your right hand. Place your left hand on the Bible. You solemnly swear or affirm the evidence you're about to give the court in this case will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you God?
I do. Okay. Amelia Roxanne Bethea, Bethea.
Thank you, Judge.
Sure.
Ms. Bethia, where are you currently employed?
I'm employed with the South Carolina Law Enforcement Division.
Okay, and if you don't mind, tell this jury what SLED is.
SLED is an assisting agency. We assist other local jurisdictions with investigations or manpower, whatever is needed or requested.
Okay, and what is your current position with SLED?
I'm a lieutenant in the, we have 4 regions. I work the PD region, and I'm a lieutenant in the PD region, and we work regular criminal investigations. It could be anything from an officer-involved shooting to a murder or fraud or financial, anything of that nature.
Okay, and you were working with SLED in December of 2013 and January of 2014?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and during that time frame, did you have an occasion to assist the Horry County Police Department with this particular case?
I did.
Okay, and if you don't mind, tell this jury a little bit about any assistance you gave to try to retain surveillance footage.
We've been requested by Horry County Police Department to assist them in this case. And after being briefed on the information that they had at that time, they had information that Sidney Moorer had gone to the Walmart on Seaboard, located in Myrtle Beach. So.
And did you go to that Walmart?
I did. On January the 27th of 2014, I went to that Walmart, got with their loss prevention. I think he was a supervisor, I'm not sure, but anyway, his name was Chris Mason. And we looked at footage, surveillance footage that they had from December the 18th of 2013.
Okay. And did you actually look at the footage and obtain any of the footage for this case?
I did. After looking at a good bit of footage, I was able to observe Sidney Moorer come into that Walmart and also drive into the parking lot of that particular Walmart.
Okay. And did you collect that footage from Walmart?
I did.
Okay. This is State's Exhibit 56. Have you seen that video since?
I have.
Okay. And tell this jury what is on that video.
On that video, it shows Sidney Moorer in his truck, F-150, drive into a handicapped parking spot, exit his vehicle, walk into the Walmart, walk into the store. It appears he's looking for something, talks to an associate, and then obtains an item from one of the shelves, goes to the cash register, begins to check out, and as he checks out, the receipt showed that he had purchased a not birth control, but a pregnancy test and a cigar-type cigarette, and he paid cash for those items. I also obtained a copy of that receipt where he paid for those items that night.
Okay, so you obtained the footage as well as the receipt showing what he purchased?
I did.
Okay. Your Honor, at this time, the state wishes to put State's Exhibit 56 in evidence and publish it as the surveillance footage.
Without objection, State's 56 is admitted to the meeting.
Thank you, Judge. And no objection to the receipt?
No objection. No objection. That is 57.
Yes, sir.
57 is admitted as well.
Thank you. And just so the jury knows, State's Evidence 57, does that receipt indicate what he purchased?
Yes, it does. A pregnancy test and it looks like LTL cigar. The pregnancy test was 88 cents, the cigar was $3.63, and he paid a total of $4.92, and he paid in cash. And that was on December the 18th, 2013 at 1:19 a.m.
Okay. So this purchase was made at 1:19 a.m.?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. On what day again?
December the 18th of 2013.
Okay. And if you don't mind, we're going to play this footage and afterwards just confirm if indeed that's what you saw.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Ms. Beatty, is that the footage that you collected from the Walmart?
It is.
Okay. And when you showed up, you knew the vehicle and the person you were looking for?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. If you don't mind, I want to ask you, can I have that easel? Can she sit down 1 second? Thank you. Just so we can, these are some of them. Check it. Just so we can keep track. Ms. Beatty, I'm gonna hold this so you can write on it. Tell me what time you saw him come into the Walmart and purchase that pregnancy test.
It was 1:12, around 1:12 a.m.
Okay, and does the receipts give the exact time of the purchase?
It does.
And what does that say?
1:19 a.m.
Okay. So put beside here what you're saying that happened at 1:12 a.m. And about what time did he actually make the purchase?
Approximately 1:19 a.m.
Okay. And did you see on the video about what time he left out in the parking
I
lot?
believe it was around 1:20, 1:21 a.m.
Okay. Okay. And is this, what your testimony is today as to where you saw the defendant on 12/18?
Yes, ma'am.
And if you don't mind, just write up there 12/18 at the top so we'll know. Thank you, I appreciate that, Roxanne. Now, do you know where he went after he left the Walmart?
I do not.
Okay. And was this the only evidence you collected in your assistance with this particular case?
Yes, ma'am.
No further questions for this witness, Your Honor.
Okay.
Nothing from the defense.
Thank you. You may come back. Thank you. You wish the witness to be excused?
Yes, sir.
Any
The
objection?
next,
You're free to leave.
we'll put this all up. Your Honor, the next witness we have is, I'm sorry, it's going to be Mr. Sprouting's going to question the witness, but it's Ms. Nigra. Am I saying her name correctly?
Set your purse right here. Stretch your right hand, place your left hand on the Bible. You solemnly swear or affirm the evidence you're about to give the court in this case will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you God? Yes.
Amanda Nigro, N-I-G-R-O.
Your Honor, beg the court's notice for 1 second. We'll have 2 exhibits pre-marked.
Take your time. Thank you.
morning, Ms. Nigro. How are you today?
I'm fine, thank you.
It's afternoon now, isn't it? Where do you currently live?
Washington State,
And where do you work in Washington State?
Frontier Communications,
What kind of company is Frontier?
landline, telephone, internet, and TV.
What's your current job there?
Legal compliance,
What all does that job entail?
supplying legal demands, responses to legal demands.
You also have access to
Hold on a
records?
second, can you move closer
Correct.
to that mic?
Yes.
Thank you so much.
I'm sorry, what was that? Response to legal demands.
Is, in response to legal demands, do you have to deal with records or any other kind of documents from Frontier?
Yes.
Now, Ms. Niger, if you know, did Frontier have involvement with payphones back in December of 2013?
Yes.
And with payphones, are there records that are normally associated with the payphone?
Yes.
And are there records of in addition to the phone numbers for payphones, are there records where the payphones are located?
Yes.
Are the records of where a payphone is located, the phone number associated with a particular payphone, are those kept in the ordinary course of business?
Yes.
And are those kept by Frontier?
Yes.
And are those something that you regularly have access to?
Yes.
Does the record reflect when showing opposing counsel what has been pre-marked as State's Exhibit number 58? Commissioner Approach?
You may.
Ms. Niger, I've just handed you what's been marked State's Exhibit number 58 for identification. Do you recognize that document?
Yes.
What is it?
Subscriber information, which is where a service location.
Does that appear to be a fair and accurate copy of a record that is kept in Frontier Communication in the ordinary course of business?
Yes.
I would tender State's Exhibit number 58 into evidence, Your Honor.
Any objection? Without objection, States 58 is admitted.
Thank you. Ms. Niger, what phone number is that a subscriber report for?
Commercial payphones,
What phone number is associated with that payphone?
843-444-2462.
And where is that payphone located?
It's located at 1929 Mr. Joe White Avenue in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina.
Now, Ms. Niger, you put that exhibit aside. Ms. Niger, in addition to just the phone numbers that are associated with a particular payphone, are there also records kept as to calls that are placed?
Yes.
Does the record reflect and show opposing counsel what is the marked State's Exhibit number 59 for identification? Commissioner, first witness.
You may.
Ms. Niger, do you recognize State's Exhibit number 59?
Yes.
And what is that?
Call records.
And for what phone number are those call records?
843-444-2462.
Is that the same phone number from the subscriber report that just got admitted into evidence?
Yes.
Were those records produced at the time that the calls were made?
Yes.
From the records that you see before you and the records that Frontier have, are there been any changes, additions, or deletions to those records?
No.
Is that a fair and accurate copy of the records that y'all have at Frontier?
Yes.
Your Honor, this time I would tender State's Exhibit number 59 into evidence.
Without objection, States 59 is admitted.
Now, Ms. Nigro, do those records reflect that payphone making a phone call to phone number 843-997-8152?
Last four was 8152?
8152, yes, ma'am.
Yes.
When does it say that phone call was made?
December 18th, 2013?
Let me ask you something. That document, does it actually say December 8th or December 18th, 2013, or does it say something else?
No, it says December 18th with a 3 indicating the year.
Why doesn't it have a full 13?
It's the way records are kept.
But that is from December 13th.
Correct.
And to the state, what time that call was made?
It was made at 1:33 a.m.
And does it state how long that call lasted?
4 minutes and 50 seconds.
Ms. Nygaard, one additional thing I'm going to ask of you. You got permission for the witness to come off the stand?
Yes.
Ms. Nygaard, if you could, and you can bring state's exhibits with you.
Voice elevated.
Okay.
Thank you.
That lady's desk.
Ms. Nygaard, I'm just going to ask you in the best handwriting you can, if you would please put the time of that phone call and the number that was called. No, ma'am. Nygaard, if I'm correct, that you've just written phone number 843. I'm sorry, ma'am, I think you put the actual payphone number down there. Can you write the number that was called in the payphone? That's my bad. I think I actually told you wrong. You have written down 843-444-2462. That is the number for the payphone we have been speaking about, correct?
Correct.
You've also written down phone number 843-997-8152. That is the number that was called by the payphone.
Correct.
And you have written down 01-3317.
Correct.
That is the time the phone call from payphone to that time.
Yes.
Thank you, Ms. Nygaard. That's all the questions that I have. Please answer any questions Mr. Trusto might have.
No questions, John. Thank you.
Your Honor, I ask this witness be excused from her subpoena.
Any objection?
No objection.
You're also free to leave.
Thank you.
Next witness.
Your Honor, can we just take a couple-minute break?
Sure, we can do that. Ladies and gentlemen, let you go to your jury room. Do not begin your deliberations. We'll be with you as quickly as we can. Thank you.
Your Honor, may we approach?
Oh, sure. Just 1 second, Mark. Mark. Yes, sir.
Your Honor, we have made arrangements for a bus to be available.
Okay.
Ms. Livesay has the details. When will that bus be available?
It'll be available at 4:30, but I'm going to be honest, we've got 3 more witnesses because we want to put in, of course, the location.
Yeah, I figured
So it may have to be done tomorrow morning, but at least the bus is secured and with the appropriate number of people able to go.
tomorrow morning suit you?
Yes, sir.
All right, well, we'll plan on that. Since Mr. Truslow will be going, State will be accompanying as well.
Yes, sir.
And because both of y'all are going to keep y'all apart, I have to go too. So although I'm not required to go, and I'm being facetious, I promise you, y'all have done nothing but professional, and I appreciate that. So we'll just tell them we want to plan to meet. Can we meet at? Since we don't have to, can we meet at 8:30?
No objection from the state.
Any problem? Because that would accommodate them, because they wanted to start at 8:30, and that would be helpful to them.
Your Honor, if I could inquire with the
Yep.
Orange County Sheriff's Office to make sure.
That may be a problem for them. I didn't know the judge had a problem.
Your Honor, the Orange County Sheriff's Office does not have a vehicle and cannot drive the bus. However, we have a bus, but it will have to be the company driver.
Okay.
Are there any objections from the court on that?
No, we'll have to, well, since I'm going, any objection to the driver not being sworn since I'll be on the bus too?
No objection.
All right. Any objection from the state?
There you go.
Okay, that's fine, and that works beautifully.
Does that work for you?
That work?
8:30 sounds good,
Okay.
John.
And let me also thank you too, and while you all were doing this, I've researched the case and it quotes you, well, it doesn't quote you, it quotes the argument you made about self-serving. It's State versus Cabrera, and this, I'll spell it for myself too, because I probably mispronounce this. Pina, it's C-A-B-R-A, let me get to the top, I'll give you the site. C-A-B-R-E-R-A that hyphen Pena, P-E-N-A. It's found at 605 Southeastern 2nd, 522. It's a 2004 case where the Supreme Court basically held that the Court of Appeals held that judge would not allow a pro se defendant to ask because, and I've heard that argument before, Solicitor, that if you want to testify, you can, but you can't put in testimony through your own statement, which is what you were arguing, I believe. And the reason that I stated for it, the Supreme Court said it was harmless error because there was an abundance of evidence of guilt, but also opined that when a statement is portions of the statement, and that was my view of it, you and I can differ on whether or not you had portions of the statement that would be incriminating against the defendant. I viewed it as that, and under the rule of completeness, they're entitled, therefore, to add that, and that was my basis for it. So I just wanted to be clear on that.
Yes, sir.
But just to say, the Court of Appeals agreed with you too, and the trial judge, but the Supreme Court gave us some guidance on that, I think. But you know that's preserved, and I appreciate your objection, Solicitor. Thank you. All right. We ready? We need a few minutes. Are we ready for the witness?
I'll be ready in just a couple of minutes.
Take your time.
Thank
No
you.
rush. You bet. We'll be at ease for a few minutes. Absolutely.